We've all fantasized about sharing the DNA of some of the hottest and most talented elites in Hollywood, walking red carpets and exuding genetic perfection. While some of the exotic looks celebs have can be bought as long as you don't mind a few nips and tucks, the more natural features that make the most famous so unique can't be recreated by even the greatest plastic surgeons. Their offspring, however, are not only reaping the genetic benefits of having celebrity parents, but are even being mistaken for them when they're out in public. Here are some celeb kids who look almost exactly like their famous folks. Kate Hudson. Goldie Hawn is not only known for decades of hit movies, but also for her humor, big smile, and of course those iconic blonde locks. Even though her only daughter Kate Hudson, also a famed actress, is half her age, the two hold a shocking likeness. Hudson was blessed with more than just her mother's sexy curves and golden curls, as they both seem to have taken a few sips from the fountain of youth. When the two are side by side, their eyes, nose, and of course that enormous grin they share are all practically identical, making the two appear more like sisters than mother and daughter.
But Mom, no, I've never felt like I've had to hide anything from anything. She's always been my confidant.
Ava Phillippe. It must be nice to be confused with your famous mother, getting the A-list treatment, but it must be even better as a woman to be mistaken for your 17-year-old daughter. This is what often happens to Reese Witherspoon and her lookalike daughter Ava Phillippe, who has recently been joining her mother at public events and making a name for herself.
We see it a little bit, but it's not the way people talk about it because we're so different, and it's just sweet, you know, we're really close.
Even though Phillippe isn't interested in following in her mother's footsteps, she's apparently still getting compliments regarding her performance on screen. Witherspoon told E! News, people come up to her all the time. We were at a premiere and they were congratulating her on her performance. She's like, I'm not in the movie. Phillippe may not want to make her career in Hollywood, but with that face, it might be hard for her to keep a low profile. Rafferty Law. It only makes sense that Jude Law, one of Hollywood's sexiest men, would produce a mini-me that would grow up to be just as yummy. Jude Law's oldest son Rafferty surely hit the jackpot when it comes to his looks. But you won't be seeing Raph on the big screen anytime soon. Apparently, he inherited his father's sculpted cheekbones but not his acting skills, as he took drama classes in school but claims he wasn't that great. He admitted, I think everyone thought, oh god, he's going to be so brilliant. Then they realized that I wasn't that good, so they just let me get on with it. He has, however, made a career for himself in modeling and is also focusing on making music. Kaia Gerber. Supermodel Cindy Crawford has graced us with her beauty and presence for decades, as the spokesperson for numerous brands, and now it's her daughter's turn to take the runway. Practically her mother's twin, Kaia Gerber is new on the scene, having only been modeling for the last year or so.
My mom just always told me to stay true to myself, be myself.
The two share Crawford's notorious cheekbones, adorable nose, and pouty lips, but Gerber wasn't gifted with her mother's most notable feature, her mole. Strangely enough, however, Crawford's son Presley Gerber was. His mole is on the opposite side, but there's no mistaking that he carries the Crawford genetics, something that has likely helped him get into the modeling world as well. Blue Ivy. The daughter of Beyonce Knowles and Jay-Z is practically a clone of her father. Blue Ivy definitely inherited everything from her father's lips to his chubby cheeks. Most notably, Baby Blue also inherited her father's constant look of confusion and sense of fashion, as she often dresses like the musician. She's been seen walking around with her father in matching outfits ever since she first graced the world with her presence. Mamie Gummer. Often considered the greatest actress of all time, Meryl Streep is a legend in Hollywood, certainly making it difficult for anyone, especially her daughter, to live up to her reputation. That doesn't mean there's no point in trying. And with Mamie Gummer's looks being nearly identical to her mother's, her look has become a classic alongside Streep's. Gummer has been blessed with her mother's white blonde hair that can't be found in any bottle of hair dye, as well as her distinct nose and simple smile. The two look so much alike that they were even cast to play mother and daughter on screen in the film Ricky and the Flash.
So you're a good actress, a bad liar.
Colin Hanks. Tom Hanks' son Colin can practically pose as his father's reflection in the mirror. The Fargo star shares his dad's mannerisms, face shape, hairline, and straight-lipped smile. Most importantly, Colin has his father's small yet laughing eyes that have won us all over in dozens of his movies. They seem to enjoy playing into their likeness and have even shared the screen as father and son. Colin spoke about filming The Great Buck Howard with Tom, telling Parade, I was not necessarily looking to co-star with him. It wasn't high on my priority list, but I'm no slouch. If someone like him wants to be in your movie, you better let him. The good news for Colin Hanks is that he's quickly established himself as a reputable actor in his own right, though he's still got miles to go before he's anywhere near as decorated as his dad. Thanks for watching. Click the Nicki Swift icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.